recovery by tomorrow. Susanna, welcome. So you have 5 minutes and you can fire away now.
Thank you. I asked a question prior to the meeting about speed cameras and whether or not they actually pick up both e-bikes, bikes and scooters about enforcement. And I was wondering if I had a response from that.
Not at this stage, but we'll get something to you.
Okay, because that was something.
Madam Chair, they wouldn't, because they don't have a number plate, so a speed camera can't do anything.
Can't identify them.
But a cop will pull you over if they see you exceeding a speed limit, and they do.
Well, and they're out there now with those little guns. You know, those.
So the guns work for bikes and e-bikes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So that was a question because.
if there's anything to report, we'll get staff to contact you.
Yeah. I will. That's why I asked it before the meeting, because it was kind of a point of my argument is that I don't think the 30k limit is reasonable to expect one sector of the road using public to abide by the rules, whereas you cannot enforce that for another section of the road using public. Because it's just not reasonable to expect a section of the road users to use that and the other section not to be able. Just as other people have said outlined, there are people who disregard the rules and do drive unsafely. And I think that it is. I think what should be the focus of the council is more focusing on those people who drive unsafely rather than regulating a 30k limit, because the 30k limit doesn't actually, as the gentleman before me, does not actually make a difference to those people. He said that the speed limit reductions only decrease the actual speed of the people by 2.5 kilometres or something per 10k, so 5k, which means that the people who are following the rules, like myself, I am the sole carer for my mum who has dementia. She's 83, so a bike is not an option. I have to drive. And there are other people with disabilities who have to drive. So the council is actually limiting the people who, the ability for those people to move about. So the other question I had is this focus on schools and children, safety for schools and children, a way to make 30k for the entire city by stealth. I don't think it is reasonable for the entire city to be 30k. I think that as far as the gentleman before me said about travel times, the majority of the roads in Canterbury and Christchurch are straight, so therefore the intersections are less. So actually this 30k speed limit on large swaths of the road, such as Addington Road, does impact your travel time considerably. I was travelling down Addington Road, coming back from a friend's play, 9 p.m. at night. There was no cars on either side of the road. I could see all the way down to the park, and I was travelling 30 k's, and there was absolutely no reason, safety-wise, for me to be travelling 30 k's. There was no kids, there were no people, there were no cars, there was nobody. But as the speed limit was 30 k's, I was travelling 30 k's, and that did put an extra 10 minutes on my travel time to drop my friend off home. Because she doesn't travel at night on the buses because the buses are too irregular. Yes, you had a question?
Right, we've got a couple of seconds left. Andre.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Are you supportive of 30k zones in any certain areas, like for example, immediately outside schools, or generally nowhere?
I actually think the speed limit should. I'm not against 30Ks in the school zones, but as they said, that the 30, 40K is confusing. I think it should stay at 40K, as that is. I think that during those peak times, if you are a reasonable driver, you will actually probably be only going 20Ks, because that's the speed limit. That's the speed that you can drive. But if you are a dangerous driver, then it doesn't matter what the speed limit is, because you're a dangerous driver.
Thank you very much. Your time's up now. We don't have time. But thanks for coming in, Susanna. Appreciate your view. Sean Wiley.